My name is Alan Butler. Live in Coon Rapids, which is a suburb north of Minneapolis. And 4 years ago, or 5 years ago now, I started buying what is called HUD houses, which is a house that people let go back, and the government had to sell them, and they went on auction. Usually they were in pretty bad shape, and then I would fix them up and then rent them out. And I would get mortgages from a local bank, and then for a couple of years, and then I'd refinance it with the a lender, a 30-year loan. And now, fortunately for me, Lariba came on the scene a year ago, and so I've been refinancing all my houses with Lariba because of the Sharia compliance. And I'm really thankful for that, because it takes a little of the burden off this interest thing. And I tell as many people as I can, all the way from Mecca to, I just come back from Hajj. As you can see, the tradition in Mecca, Hajj is to get your head shaved. But even when I was in Mecca and Medina and New York or Minnesota, telling people about Lariba, and it's a good thing to get involved with. And I just think it's terrific. Well, the difference is the Lariba, which means no interest. That's the thing that's the difference for a Muslim. And without that ability to borrow money on a Sharia compliance basis, you don't know if you're doing the right thing or not. Well, let me back up a little bit. I became a Muslim 5 years ago now in May, and before that, of course, it didn't matter. Wherever I get the best interest would be a goal. And up until that time, I never was able to keep a lot of money together. But since then, things have went a lot better. And so the question of what's my life better now is because I'm a Muslim, and I've got money, and I've got a lender that's able to take care of my needs. Well, let me say this, that Freddie Mac has got rules and guidelines. Whether you're an Islamic bank or a traditional lender, you're still going to be selling those loans to Freddie Mac. There are certain rules and guidelines that need to be followed, so there's very little difference in that, because of the fact that Freddie Mac, which is a terrific organization for the people in the United States, whether you're Islamic or a traditional lender, or going through a traditional lender. I have my own mortgage company and my own real estate company and my own construction company, but since Lariba came on, I haven't been using my mortgage company. But to answer your question about the difference, I guess you can't say that there's an awful lot of difference there, because the guidelines have to be met. Oh, let me digress a little bit. When Lariba, I'm just shortening the name, Lariba, or another traditional lender, say for an example, I go to one of them, and they do the underwriting, and I qualify for a loan, I got good enough credit, haven't been bankrupt and stuff like that, and I pay my bills on time, and I'm making enough money to be qualified. The ratios are correct. When they buy a loan from, they purchase that house at the table. It's their money buying this house that I'm buying. As soon as they close on this house, they turn around and sell that loan to Freddie Mac, who securitized this mortgage and sell it back to investors. So the principle is the same. The United States has got an absolute perfect setup for the American public as far as housing. It's going along with Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, etc. Some people in Minneapolis told me about it, and then I downloaded went to their website. I went to a library and found out about them, and that's how I found out. Well, the application process is the very same. Whether you're going to a traditional lender or LARIBA, because they got to know things. They got to know, are you a United States citizen? Are you going to live in the house? Have you ever went bankrupt? What's your income? All of these questions are needed, whether you're LARIBA or a traditional lender out there, because, like I said earlier, these mortgages will then be sold. I'm just saying this number, I don't know, but probably 99% of these mortgages are sold back to Freddie Mac or Fannie Mae.